we'll get into it. I haven't really revised these questions. We decided to go with an officiant. I wanted to get married at a church, but that's not going to be the case. So I would still like Faith to be part of the ceremony.
Absolutely. There's so many couples out there these days that don't want that. That couples such as yourself find it difficult to broach and ask that question because preconceived notion is that officiants can't do that. Some officiants won't do it. I wanted to be a priest, and being female, that was never going to happen.
Right.
I want to make your ceremony the best ceremony that you want it to be.
Amazing.
Awesome.
I always ask for a retainer, and then I ask for the balance about 2 to 3 months before. I send out a template.
Okay.
That template will show you everything that you could possibly want in a ceremony, but don't have to have.
Okay.
And I will also send out some vow and ring exchange suggestions. If you would like bread and wine, I can do that as well. It's really however you would like it to be.
Awesome.
Okay.
As long as the legal elements are in there, I'm good to go.
For sure.
Would you be sharing the speech that you would be doing with us ahead of time? Like, would we be working on it together? How does that kind of work?
Speech, when I speak, I'm usually talking about how blessed you are to have found each other, how you're starting out as individuals, but you're leaving together as husband and wife, those kind of things. And I usually include the one poem, what marriage is all about. You know, the little things are the big things. Not expecting the husband to wear, you know, a halo or the wife to have wings of an angel, that kind of stuff. Art of marriage, that's what it's called. I pronounce you however you want to be pronounced, husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. We go through all of that beforehand. If there's something you really do not want in the ceremony, I make sure it's not in there. But the other thing I like to do is I like to always include your guests in the ceremony. We'll discuss whether or not you want an unplugged ceremony or not. So before the ceremony starts, I'll ask your guests to be seated.
Definitely.
Let them know what they are able to do or not do. And then I'll ask you if anybody's going to be giving you away. So take the edge off for the two of you because all of these eyes are on you.
Yes.
Everybody's laughing. Everybody's having a good time. It seems more of a gathering than a ceremony, even
That's
though
awesome.
it is a ceremony.
Right.
We'll go into your vows. You can write your own vows. If you do, fantastic. Send me a copy of your vows. I will print them off and present them to you at the ceremony.
Awesome.
Because one or both of you will forget, or one or both of you will be really smart and say, I'm going to get my best man or my best woman to bring it. And one of them will forget. No, you don't have to worry about it. I will have it for you.
Awesome.
And we sign the papers. And you don't kiss until the very end. I'll do any announcements that you would like, where cocktail hour is taking place. And then I'll walk away to the side and I'll say, you know, and I'll pronounce you husband and wife for you to kiss because, again, you don't need to see my face in your photos while you're kissing. And then I'll come back and present you as husband and wife for the very first time, and then the two of you can move down the aisle.
Awesome. Okay, so would you be available for attending, like, a rehearsal the day before?
Yes, I can do that.
Is there a ceremony fee or a donation?
For...
I have no idea.
If 2 plus 2 is 4, right? And 5 plus 5 is 10, okay. What the fuck is this?
This is a question from my wedding book.
All my costs are on that postcard that you have. So if you're looking for a customized ceremony in the rehearsal, it's the $429 plus HST, which comes to $484.77. I would ask for a retainer fee of $200, and then the balance of $284.77 wouldn't be due until 2 to 3 months before the ceremony.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it! Yeah! Yeah! And some of these, and some of these. Almost there, and done. Now let's see how it looks so far.
You will need to get your marriage license from your city hall.
Yep.
Now, in saying that, each city hall has their own fee for the marriage license. So if you happen to be away for a weekend, I don't know, in Blue Mountain, or I don't know, Niagara-on-the-Lake, and you're going down on a Friday, if you check in, their fees are cheaper and you're already going to be there, you can get your marriage license anywhere in the province of Ontario.
Interesting.
Okay? Before Everybody could just walk into their city hall, bring in their 2 pieces of ID, fill in the paperwork, and your marriage license is issued. Bob's your uncle, you're good to go. During people were having to apply for their marriage licenses online, needing to make an appointment to go in and pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Some city halls have kept that as something that they're continually doing.
Okay.
And some are, you can just walk in or apply online and then go in. Just depends on each city hall. So you have to double check with Kitchener about that or wherever you're going to go.
Okay.
You need to really read your marriage license over when you get it.
Okay.
Okay.
There could be a mistake on there that could literally be 1 digit missing from your phone number. I always request that my couples, once they get their marriage license, they send me a photo of it because I always look it over just to make sure that there aren't any issues. If there are, I will call. I send your marriage licenses in on Monday. And just as an FYI, there's 3 people in the ministry processing all of the birth, death, and marriages for all of Ontario.
Right.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere from 12 to 18 months or 18 weeks before they open up your envelope to process your paperwork.
Right.
I always suggest to my couples that if you're planning to travel anywhere within the first year, if you're looking to change your name, I wouldn't do it until after you've traveled. Because when you go to change your name, your health card, your driver's license, your passport, and everything else, all of those pieces of ID will come in snail mail.
Right.
And they all come in staggered, so they don't all come in at the same time. You could be traveling with a driver's license in one name and your passport in another name.
Right.
Or vice versa. Even though you can prove that you're legally married, they will pull you aside at every port of entry, even Canada.
It has to come in the mail. You can't go,
Get up.
like, renew it in person.
Yes, you do. So it's just like when you go to renew your driver's license, because it's about to expire, they'll give you your card.
Oh,
with a piece of
right.
paper,
They give you a temporary.
and then you have to wait for your new card to come in.
Right.
So
I forgot about
to
that.
change your name, you have to wait for your marriage license to come in after it's been processed. And then there's the difference between assuming a last name and changing your last name.
Right.
So changing your last name is a legal name change, which costs an extra, I think it's $180 or whatever. That means your social insurance number and your birth certificate will have your married last name on it, not your name at birth.
Right.
Okay.
So if you assume Gordon's last name, everything changes except your birth certificate and your social insurance number. And it
Okay.
doesn't cost you a cent.
Okay.
One eternity later.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Is one more
Yeah.
common or more conventional than the other?
Yeah, most people just assume.
Okay.
You should never assume, because when you assume, you make an ass of you and me.
Rarely do a legal name change,
Okay.
but I like to mention it just because, you know, people say I'm changing my name, I'm changing my name, I'm changing my name, which you are.
Right.
But I like to have the couples understand the distinction just in case you get somewhere and somebody's like legally asking you what you're doing and you
Right.
don't get confused
For sure.
with the difference. After the ceremony, I will take the license with me. I'll do what I need to do with it. I'll mail it to the ministry.
Okay.
At any point after the ceremony, you can go online and apply for your marriage certificate, which is what proves that you've been married. I always suggest to the couples to get the long form, literally a photocopy of your marriage license as we filled it in on bond paper with their certified seal, because
Okay.
that has absolutely everything on there that anybody could possibly ever need to prove that you're married.
Okay. Do you have any finishing thoughts?
No more questions from me.
Trust me, there will be more.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure there will be more that come, but at this moment, that's all the ones we have. Yeah, we would love to receive a quote or a copy of a contract in order to have that handy when we're prepared to make our deposit.
I can certainly do that.
Okay, perfect.
That's fantastic.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And I'll get that over to you by tomorrow.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you.
All right, enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
She was so nice.
I liked her a lot, yeah.
That was a lot of information that was very, very useful.
Yeah. Which
And we haven't even hired her yet.
like at this point, like she said, it's not that useful now, but because of how she was like, you're just gonna forget this.
Did you just lay down
Yes.
on camera?
Sweetie.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, it's really early, but it's good that I have it written down to keep in mind because you know how excited and impatient I am to change my last name.
Yeah.
So to know that, like, maybe it's not a good idea before travel, that makes total sense.
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
I'm glad that that was mentioned because
It
I
almost-
definitely would have gone to change my last name.
I
As soon as I got the
just
chance.
thought of something that maybe I should have asked. What if we went to City Hall like 2 months before the wedding and just did it there, and then
I was gonna mention that, but I didn't know if that was gonna be like, well, what's the point of me then?
Well,
you know?
Yeah, because then she's basically just an MC.
Yeah. Okay, well,
So
that's that
was
on...
she saying basically like if you get married and you're assuming my name, we basically like cannot travel until you get your passport?
It's not that we cannot. She's suggesting that we don't do it before we travel because then I might be traveling with ID that has a different name from my passport or passport that, and vice versa. So if I get, you know, a random, what do they call that? Random search or whatever. And they have to like ask me for additional ID or something and then the
They
names
look
don't
you up,
match. It's
yeah.
like, oh, we might have a problem. So anywho's, that is all for today's phone call with our potential. I don't know if potential. She's probably the one.
She's probably gonna.
She's probably the one.
I really liked her.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
I can't include any of this footage anyway because I'm not announcing where we're getting married on the internet.
How not special my contributions are. Thank you very much.
Aye! Anywho,
The fuck?
thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Road to
Oh, you're still recording.
the Davidsons.
That's why you asked.
And you're still talking over me. That's it for today. Stupid boy.
Ow, you hit my diabetes.
That's it for today's episode of The Road to the Davidsons. No, that's not it. That's it. Damn it, now you got me fumbling. That's it for today's episode of Road to the Davidsons, the officiant call. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe if you haven't already, because it's free. And I will see you guys next time.